So he was on his way back to the city. He was hungry. Now, so Jesus is hungry. Verse 19 says, he sees a fig tree, right?
Right.
All right. So he hungry. He see a fig tree. Archibald ain't there. None of that. Dreamland, Tazikis, none of that is related to Jesus at this moment, at this time. He sees the tree. Keep in mind he's hungry. Deep out there. And he went up to it. And he found what?
No fruit on it.
Didn't found no fruit on it. So if it didn't have no fruit on it, it had something on it that looked what it had on it if it didn't have no fruit on it.
Leaves.
All right, it had leaves on it. So just get this in your mind. Jesus is hungry. He goes up to a tree to eat. The tree deceives him. It looks one way, but it's really not what it seems. Think about that from a spiritual standpoint. Then think about us. Maybe the reason why the Lord can't use some of us is because when he looks at us, he sees counterfeit. Because I think the problem with a lot of folk is let me just say it like this. We try to be something that we're not. Especially when it comes to church stuff. We see somebody, we think they spiritual, we try to dress like them, try to act like them, try to talk like them, try to shout like them, all this, because we think they spiritual, they deep, or they got more than what we got. But you don't know how, because the Lord can see past the actors and the actresses.
Come on.
All right? So when he walks up to the tree is supposed to have something, but it didn't have what he needed. It only had, it showed that it was productive, but in actuality, it was not. So Jesus cursed it. Because if God cannot use you, what need does he have of you? I done went too deep already. I didn't mean to go that far. But come back a little closer. I'm going to make a little plain. So in other words, Jesus is hungry. He sees a tree. He want to eat. Nothing deep about that. Jesus was hungry. He wanted to eat. He saw a tree. He was going to get some fruit off the tree. The tree didn't have what he needed. It had leaves. It was green. It looked like it had something on it. But maybe when Jesus, he didn't have to touch the tree. Let's use my sanctified imagination. Maybe when he shook the tree, the leaves looked good, but then they just started falling off. All right. So back to us. How does God see you? Because I believe we get bogged down into judging ourselves by other people and what other people do and what we see. But what's really, because see, the only way that God can really deal with a man or deal with a woman is that you got to tell him the truth. Yes. He already knows. Yes. See, that's why some folk can't feel God, can't feel his presence, can't feel his spirit, because they lie. Yeah, they lie. I mean, they act like, oh, okay, ain't nothing wrong. And I keep on telling you, social media has made us some of the biggest liars that ever did. Let social media tell it every husband and wife in love every day. And you and your boo, y'all don't know how. I mean, you let social media tell it. But the truth of the matter is, some folks just lying.
Come on now.
And if you keep some of that stuff off of them, and quit trying to act like you got it all together when stuff out, you won't be looking like no fool.
Come on now.
And so the reality of the matter is that what we're dealing with on a regular basis, on Wednesday night, on Sunday, we're dealing with a whole lot of folk that come through the door and they don't recognize that, okay, first of all, I'm blessed to be able to walk in. I'm blessed to be here. Now, God, whatever, however you need to speak to me, however you need to break me, do whatever you need to do. You know what I did? See, that's what you got to say. See, you ain't got to confess to no priest. Listen, you need to acknowledge. He said, those that worship me must worship me in spirit. Watch this. Spirit and in truth. So that means the only way that you're going to feel the Spirit of God is that you got to tell the truth. Yes. And let's just be honest. I tell y'all all the time. Every Sunday, some Sundays I just ain't feeling it. I don't. And the Sundays that I know I got hell in me, I stay at home. Because I can't worship God like that. You can't come into the presence of God pissed off. Right. And expect to feel God. It ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. And then if you do come and somebody else know you and the person into it, then if you do get told, you do get in the spirit, they looking at you crazy. Saying, I don't even know why they even act just cuss me out in the car. How the Lord gonna do that? You know what? You know why? You know how they can feel the presence of God even after you done had a Holy Ghost moment or whatever you did before you got home? It's because they came in here and they confessed it to God. Come on now. That's how they do it. And so what we got to deal with our spirits, because we got to check our spirits at the door. And we got to understand that we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, we wrestle against spirit. And so when you understand that is, what you got to quit doing is quit trying to judge yourself by everybody else. Quit trying to judge yourself by these celebrities. You ain't one need a bind. You ain't these folk. You can dress listen, you can have a dress down to the floor. You can not wear makeup. You can not wear jewelry. You can not do all that stuff. That ain't going to make you no more Holy Ghost filled, no more fire baptized. You still going to have problems, and problems still going to come to your door and do like this. They going to knock on your door. And the misnomer that the church has portrayed to people is that when you get saved, and when you get filled with the Holy Ghost, and when you start coming to church, and when you start paying your tithe, everything going to be all right. That's the lie. That is the biggest lie ever been told. When you really make up your mind that you finna be sold out for God, that you're going to pay your tithe, that you're going to come to Bible study, that you're going to come to prayer meeting, that you're going to do what you need to do, that's when every Negro that you hated, every Negro that you thought you had a crush on, they'll start getting in your inbox. That's just the devil. It's the devil. Y'all just got to tell the truth. Listen, let me tell some of these men. I told my barber the other day, he got married. I said, now you watch it. Just got married Saturday. I said, now, they don't know, but when they find out, I said, your phone gonna jump off the hook and your inbox. I went to the barber shop the other day. He said, Rev, look at this. You told. I said, that's the devil, man. That's the devil. I said, you can't. I said, because the devil don't want you to do right. And so what he will do, he will present opportunities for you to, ain't nobody gonna see it but me and you, but then you gotta understand, even though you and the person only know, God still there. See, we forget about the person that's all the time now. All right, so you gotta deal with your fig tree moment. That's what I want to talk about tonight. You got to deal with your fig tree moment, because all of us have been in a moment in our lives that what God created us to do, we refuse to do because we in our feelings. We don't, that ain't popular. I ain't doing it. All right. So the Bible says he went up to he was hungry. Went up to the fig tree by the road, found it. Nothing was on it except leaves. He said, watch this. He told the tree, because I needed you when I needed you, and you didn't produce what I needed you to produce, he said, you ain't gonna never bear fruit again. And the Bible says immediately the tree withered. Can I tell y'all something? I want to tell you that we're in a season that God is withering up people and ministries that can no longer produce fruit for him. Because here's the thing, we've been trying to do some stuff, and I realize that artists need to be paid and all that kind of stuff. I have no problem with it, but some of these prices, some of these folks, it's just it's ridiculous. I mean, $12,000, $15,000 come for one night, and my thing is this. My board know this, and I seen this in myself. Now, this is my thing. I ain't gonna bring nobody in here to pay them more than I get paid.
That's right.
I'm gonna see how I feel first. If I'm finna pay somebody $6,000 come sing, if I'm finna pay somebody $20,000, that's why, listen, I'm gonna feel how I ain't finna bring nobody in here. How you gonna do that? So it's really a slap in the person's face that there. I'm gonna bring a preacher in and pay them $3,500 for one day. $3,500, you gotta stay with us for the month. We need you every Sunday for $3,500, and we need you to run a 3-night revival in between the Sundays. I'm just saying. All right. So I'm saying this. Don't miss this, because when Jesus, when he walked up to the fig tree did not produce what he needed. He cursed the fig tree. It immediately withered. What happened was God fired the tree. Now I'm gonna tell you something. When God fired, you can't nobody hire. So you don't want to be fired by God, because you'll do what you do, but you ain't got no power. I mean, I know plenty of preachers that preach. I mean, they do all kind of stuff, but they ain't got no power. I mean, it's like, okay, they just going through the formality. You know what they finna say before they say it. Ain't no power, ain't no conviction, ain't nothing, because they've been fired by God. Now, the whole thing is, it's a bad situation to be fired by God and not know it. Why all this happened to me? Why everything? Because you've been fired. It's something you gotta understand that when God curses us, when Jesus cursed the fig tree, my bad. When he cursed the fig tree, he had a purpose. Everything that he did, he had a purpose for what he did. The Bible says he told the tree, you ain't gonna bear no more fruit. Immediately the tree withered. Now, watch verse 20, because see, this us right here. Read verse 20.
And when the disciples saw it, they marveled, saying, how did the fig tree wither away so soon?
Now, they saying, we just passed by this tree. We saw it too. What happened? What Jesus did? In other words, you ever seen some folk that you saw them, and then 6 months later they look like death creeping in your room? Yeah. Why y'all laughing? Because y'all know somebody like that. So the disciples passed by the tree and they said, hold on, wait a minute. What is this tree? This tree had leaves on it. What did happen to it? The disciples saw it as they marveled. Oh my God, what the hell? How did this happen so quickly? How did this happen so quickly? First of all, you got to understand this, that the fruit of the fig tree generally appear before the leaves. And because the fruit is green, it blended in with the leaves right up until it was almost ripe. All right? So that's why Jesus cut the tree. So when Jesus and his disciples saw the tree from a distance, what they saw the tree and the leaves. They thought they would have expected it to have fruit on it. Watch this. Even though it was earlier in the season than what would be normally for a fig tree to bear fruit. But what you got to understand is, during this time, the tree would produce 2 or 3 crops of figs each season. So there will be an early crop in the spring, followed by 1 or 2 later crops in some parts of Israel, depending on the climate and the conditions. So it was also possible that the tree might produce fruit 10 months out of 12. So this also explains why Jesus and his disciples will be looking for fruit on the fig tree, even if it was not in the main growing season. So what I'm telling you is, quit saying it's your season. I think I was preaching about that Sunday. It don't need to be your season. All you need is time. Because seasons change. Okay, you look at the weather, you've been looking at the weather, it's going to be cold this weekend, 50-some degrees. But next week, it's going to be hot again. You can't go by the season because the season will fool you. Yeah. One day you can wear shorts, the next day you're going to need on a trench coat. You can't go by that. But what you have to go by is timing. Yes. His timing. You got to move in the right time. And there are too many people that's worried about the season, but they timing off. Because you can get some too early and not be able to handle it. Leave your teenagers at home with your debit card. Go on the weekend with your boo. And tell them only spend $30 a day. I guarantee you, by the time you get back, your account gonna be overdrafted. Because see, one of them little jokes gonna get smart and say, well, she said $30 a day, let's just spend 30 times 3 one day. See, somebody gonna be smart. You gonna have a little joke they're gonna do that. She said $30 a day, so we just spend 30 times 3 this day, then we'll be straight. You know, see, somebody gonna do that. What I'm saying is, you can release something out of time and put it in the hands of somebody that's not mature to handle it, and they'll overdraft on. I'm trying to help some of y'all. The reason that some of y'all can't find the right relationship is because it ain't your time yet. Ain't your time yet. Oh, yes, it is. I'm over 35. No, it ain't, because you still selfish. And you still want to do what you want to do, and your money is your money. See, that attitude ain't going to get you no man. Because, see, a man needs to come in your life, and he needs to know that he adds. If you got everything, what you need him for? Y'all just look straight ahead on my door. That's free. That's no I'm just trying to help y'all. Because, see, you can get messed up looking at your age. And because your age is saying one number, you looking at, and don't do this. Don't judge your life by everybody else's life. Because there's plenty of people that went to high school with you that got 2-car garage, they got 2 chickens in the stove, they got 2 cars in the garage, a boat, an RV, they got 2.5 children and a dog and a cat. I explained 2.5 right now. They got all this stuff that you say, oh, I'm looking at my age and all, and she went to high school with me and she was a majorette just like I was, and I look better than her, I had a better shape than her. I don't understand why she married. And what you don't understand is they may be happily married outside. Yeah. But inside, they ain't even sleeping in the same bed. So you got to be careful about judging somebody else's timing against your time. And understand when it needs to happen. See, the problem with a whole lot of folk is, and get this, ladies, the Bible says a man that findeth a wife. See, y'all trying to find too many Negroes. Let him find you. You don't go looking for him. Let him find you. If he wants your phone number, he got to ask for it. That's right. You don't send him your number. That make the Negro think he all that. I tricked Carol to get her number. That's why I didn't ask her for a number. I got it for somebody else. All right. So watch this. So you can be out of time. You can be. Don't worry about the season, because the season's funny, especially now. Season's funny. You can't worry about the season. You got to worry about the time. You got to move in God's time. Now, there are too many people, as I said earlier, that try to look at individual lives and try to say, I can do that, or I can have that. She ain't no better than me. He ain't no better than me. but you don't know. You see, you don't know what they had to do to get what they got. See, I don't want to be out of time. I ain't worried about no season. Every season, my season. Winter, spring, summer, fall. I can be blessed anytime. Yeah. But now, all timing is not God. I believe sometimes we get in a hurry. We move before time. And what happens is, this fig tree moved before time. It wasn't about a season. The timing of the fig tree was off. Because it had leaves, and the leaves and the fruit showed at the same time. So Jesus said, okay, I know this tree is all right, but when I got to it, it didn't have what I needed. In other words, what I'm trying to tell you is this. Be true to who you are. To thine own self be true. All right? Y'all got any questions before I go further? Because I just felt a little hate. Come on. It might be me in this sweater. So y'all got the air on, the heat on, or something? Or is it just me? Walmart. I said it ain't Walmart. All right. So any question before I go further? All right. So now, the other question that you can ask, the reason I talk about the season is because some people will say, okay, the reason that the fig tree didn't produce the figs is because it wasn't the right season. That's not true. That's not true. It was the right season. It might not have been the right season, but it was the right time. Because in the time that God shows up, Jesus shows up in your life, and he asks you to produce something, you ought to produce it. True? Boss? Okay. So let's deal with us. You have to deal with the fig tree syndrome in your life. You have to get in, you have to have a talk with yourself, and you have to tell yourself, first of all, there are a whole lot of people that are not happy with who they are. All right? The first thing you got to do is be happy about who you are in God, and understand that you are uniquely made, and you're wonderfully and you're fearfully made, just like God. All right? He made man in his own image. So God does not look like Michelangelo. Does not look like the picture that Grandma and them had. It was John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King, and Jesus. Why did put Martin Luther King between them two white folks? So, if somebody asks you what God looked like, you tell them he looked like you. Because he said he made you in his own image. So he looks like all of us in here. All right? So do we serve a black God? Do we serve a white God? Well, when you look at the description of what Jesus, his depiction of Jesus, you know, the depiction of Jesus is one of our ethnicity. I don't see no white person with no wool. I have seen it. I've seen a few, but they look nasty. But I'm just saying, I see a few. So the depiction, the characteristics they give Jesus, what he look like. All right. So let me go back to this. So you got to deal with your own fig tree syndrome. You got to really have a talk with yourself and understand that you are uniquely you. There's nobody like you. You're not in competition with anybody in this world. Understand that. All right. The second thing you got to do is you got to be very, very secure of who you are. Yes. Who you are. You and the individual. I'm dealing with, you know what? A lot of people, watch this. I don't understand, because some of y'all a little spoiled. You got to understand that it's okay for you to be by yourself. I ain't talking about, see, y'all talking about relationships. I'm just talking about it's okay for you to do things for you. Don't you make sacrifices for your children? Those of you that got children? Some of y'all got grandchildren? Well then, why you feel so guilty when you do something for you? Some of y'all do. See, I'm getting out of this. 2017, I'm coming out. With my hands up. And my wallet open for me. All these sacrifices. Man, look, I saw care about checks the other day. And she was looking for some money, but I got ripped. I couldn't give her what I said I was going to give her. I said, girl, look at all these deductions. I printed it out. As a matter of fact, it's still on the couch now. I printed it out, I want to see. Almost $700-800 worth. I was like, man, I got every insurance. Listen, I got to do something for myself. I can't be all this. This ain't no month check. This is a 2-week check. All these is just short term, long term. I even had some on 90. I took that off today. I'm just clicking on stuff. I had elder care. What I'm paying for that for? What I'm saying is, if you take care of your family, that's why every man or every woman or whoever you are, whatever you want, if your bill's paid, you ought to be able to get it. I want a Camaro. I want a drop top Camaro. I'm gonna give you one too. It ain't gonna be too long, I don't think. But I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna give you one, because we gotta show young African American men that you ain't gotta sell dope to get a car like that. You got to sell hope. Getting ready to happen. So what I'm saying is, you gotta be comfortable in your own skin. You gotta do some stuff for yourself. I want to encourage you, all of you that are listening to me tonight, those of you that are in here, those of you that are gonna be watching it later, is that you gotta learn, if you make sacrifices for your family, you need one day a month that you do nothing but spend it or spend time on you. You may not necessarily need to go to the, it's just like the other day. Just like the other day. I'll tell you the story. Now, I was in the barbershop. They had, what that place? The noodle place in Midtown. Nothing but noodles. Okay, so the guys came in and they said, man, this good, y'all. You need to try it out. Now, I started just not tell Karen. I was just gonna go out there and go in there and taste it. I'm not like a noodles fan like that anyway, but I said, all right. I said, so I called and I said, well, this new place, they said, she was like, yeah, just bring me some, whatever. All right, okay, all right. So I got the noodles. And the folks said, $27. I said, that for, what that's for, how many places that for? Oh, that's just for 2 buttery. I said, what come with that? He said, oh yeah, it had chicken in it. He said, 8 breadsticks. 1 breadstick per, I said, oh no, sir. I said, for $27, you want to put me some more bread in. I said, I about need a loaf for that. I said all that to say this. Watch this. The mistake that I made was that I looked at what somebody else had. But I failed to count up the cost. That just helped somebody right now. Looking at what somebody else got, don't know what it costs, just going on what they say, it look good, you go over there, and then you find out that ain't really. She'll tell you, I couldn't even eat the rest of it. I said, JR, you can have, I went to bed. I took me a Benadryl, went on to bed. I couldn't even eat $27 worth of food. And she don't even know it costs that much. I ain't even want to tell her, because if I would have told her. But she ate her. So, you got to be secure in yourself. So, make me a promise for you that one day a month, starting in 2017, one day a month, just do something for you. Do something for you. You ain't got to, it ain't even got to be spending no money. Just do something nice for yourself. All right? Y'all gonna do that? I'll babysit for $5. All right, let me finish this up. Watch what Jesus said in verse 21.
So Jesus answered and said to them, assuredly I say to you, if you have faith and do not doubt, you will not only do what was done to the fig tree, but also if you said to this mountain, be removed and be cast into the sea, it will be done.
All right, now watch this. Watch this. So Jesus said, okay, yeah, I did that, but if you have faith and don't doubt. See, understand that everybody that Jesus healed in the Bible, he always said by faith. So you don't need nobody to touch you or to put no oil on you. All you got to do is increase your faith. Yeah. That's all you got to do. Yeah. That's all. He said, if you have faith, and then he says, and don't doubt, what you saw me do, you can do greater. Now, the reason that God will not, and sometimes we have not seen the move of God like we need to see, or why people don't really get healed, delivered, and set free, and all that kind of stuff in the church, is because we tripping. See, we do a lot of acting. We say we love folk, but we really don't like them. You know, behind the scenes, you tell the folk, don't watch folk, don't watch them, and don't trust them, and all. Let me tell you about them. See, I told you, you have to learn folk for yourself. A whole lot of folk in trouble. Matter of fact, yeah, man, I saw this on Facebook. Now, I'm trying to figure out, now, how the folk in prison doing the mannequin challenge? Oh, I'm hot by that. And when I get down there December 2nd, the man that's over the prison, he gonna be there too. He gonna have to tell me something, because they on Facebook more than me. Them my tax dollars. I'm mad. I ain't liking it. I looked at it, I said, now you know this don't make no sense. They just doing whatever they want to do. All right, but anyway, back to our schedule program. I just thought about that when I was saying that. Yeah. So he said, Jesus said, if you have faith and don't doubt, not only are you going to do this, what I've done to the fig tree, but you will be able to say to mountains, or this mountain. What does he say at the end? The end part, D?
Be removed and be cast into the sea, and it will be done.
All right. So here's the thing. Why do we pray and why do we ask God for things and don't believe that he can do it? See, that's why our prayers are not getting. It don't make no sense for you to pray and ask God for direction to lead you to what you need to do in your life, and then when he show you, you say, no, I ain't ready. What you gonna ask him for? All you gotta do is ask. That's all you gotta do, right? The reason that we ain't getting blessed is because we're not asking. We ain't asking. Ask. Seek. And knock. But we asking for stuff that don't matter. I'm tired of sleeping by myself. Get over it. You done slept with enough folk that you ain't never got to sleep with.
That's old, man.
You ain't that high. Folks at me, you just fuck. Some of this stuff folk be saying don't even make no sense. Really? Really? I'm tired of sleeping by myself. No, you ain't sleeping by yourself every night now. Just tell the truth. See, that's that. See, we don't want to tell the truth. We don't want to tell the truth. I'm tired of sleeping by myself. Now, next time somebody says I'm tired of sleeping by myself, this is the next one I'm going to ask. How many? Say, how many nights? No, I'm tripping. All right, so Jesus said, and then the other folk, the married folks say, I'm tired of this. I'm I'm tired. No, you ain't. Time they get the package on the, where you going? You just told me to get out. Y'all be tripping, man. Y'all bipolar. Y'all need to tell somebody. All right. He says, verse 1, 2 says what?
And whatever thing you ask in prayer, believe in, you will receive.
All right. So if you believe, you're going to receive. If you believe, you're going to receive. That's simple. Whatever you ask in prayer. Now, understand. Now, do understand this. That this is not how God works. God is not a genie. Right? So, he can do some supernatural stuff. He does the impossible. He does not do the possible. So, you can go to the Mercedes dealership all night. And lay down prostrate on them cars and ask God to give you one. And you gonna believe it or you receive it, you claim it. I used to have a Mercedes keychain. I just threw it away. I used to psych myself up and saying, well, you know, if I get the keychain, and Lord will give me the key later. And then so I started looking at the price of some of the cars that I want. And I went out to this price list and I said, wait a minute. I'll give you a car, what am I staying? Well, I mean, what am I eat? Okay. So you gotta have sense with your price. You got, I mean, cause the whole thing is, he said he'll supply our needs according to his riches and glory. I believe sometimes we have everything that we need, but we just get greedy. We just want what we want. All right? Any question on that? Y'all ain't got nothing to say tonight? Y'all.
I think that we're also impatient when we ask God for things.
Huh?
She delayed. She missed that time.
So you say we're not patient. So we want what we want now. Why is that though? I mean, I look at it like this. What? Anything that God has to do with, it doesn't just happen overnight. Trees don't grow overnight. Flowers don't grow overnight. Your hair don't grow well. Depends on what beautician you go to. But
It don't grow now. It don't grow.
But I mean, it don't grow overnight. You can't go from this to down your back overnight. It takes time. And I think in the waiting is where I think we get in the syndrome. We try to help God out. Like, you know, like I say, you're looking at your clock, you're looking at your age, you're looking at time, you're looking at the other folk married, and divorced, and married again, and married. You're like, wait a minute. But the reality of the matter is, the folk don't like to hear this, especially the single folk. They don't like to hear this. The reality of the matter is, everybody ain't gonna be married. It's just impossible. It ain't enough. Different, and especially what we got going on now. It ain't enough males to procreate with. So everybody can't be married. So if you so engulfed, and I think, watch this. If you are so engulfed in one thing, you will miss what God is doing in your face, trying to look for the future. So, Dr. Snow and I had a conversation on the way back, and it was a very enlightening conversation. We were talking about relationships, and she said, you know, and I like to talk to older people. I mean, she ain't that old than me, but she's older. So she said, you know, young people got to understand that the older you get, what you looking for changes. And she said, you know, some of these young folk, all they looking for is the next Denzel. But then he ain't got no job. They ain't got no, credit score 330. She said, when you get a certain age, you start all that other stuff, the stuff that matter when you were 20, don't matter when you fall. You just want somebody to help you pay bills. Because this what women say. Watch women. Men, we different. Men, we are into how women look. Women ain't into that. Because if you say, I got a homeboy that like you, the first thing they gonna say is, where he work? They ain't even ask you how he look. Where he work? Or he work in the same. Get him my help. They ain't gonna ask how he look. But if I tell Justin, hey, I got a girl that, you know, she sings, first thing he gonna say, what she look like? He ain't gonna ask if she working. But y'all women, y'all don't play. You hear me? Y'all be like, wait, oh, you work at the rubber plant? Y'all be on them plants. Oh, he work at Mercedes. Now, do he work for Mercedes or do he work for y'all be so specific. Y'all be like, hold on now. This how y'all do. Y'all be like, now do he actually wear a Mercedes shirt? He ain't work with his name on it. Oh, okay, he work down here. He don't work for the tip agency. I don't want nobody to work for the tip agency. Y'all so young. Y'all don't take that's why y'all there. Yeah, you're right. So when you look at the tree was in the right position, but the tree did not produce what Jesus needed. In order for you to get blessed sometimes, you got to be in the right position. Let me help some of y'all sanctified single church folk. You got to be in the right position for somebody to see you. And it ain't going to be at church all the time. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you. Somebody, you're going to find a good man at church. All good men ain't in church. It's on working on junk cars right now. And check these joker hands. If they ain't got no dirt up under their fingernails, don't fool with them. Your fingernails need to be dirty. I don't listen. You know, some of these men, they go get manicure. I don't go with Carol to get no pedicures. I'm a man. I cut my own. They be toe up and cut too deep. But that's what we do. I don't put no clear polish on it. I don't believe in all that. I'm just saying. I ain't hating on nobody that put clear polish on there. Like some of y'all that watch it do. But God bless y'all. I'm just saying. So the fig tree was in a position, but it wasn't in the right position to produce what Jesus needed. And so you got to be in the right position to produce what God needs from you. Now, understand that we go through stages in our lives. What mattered to me 10 years ago don't matter to me now. You see what I'm saying? Age helps to mature us. All right. So what mattered 10 years ago? I was telling one of the nurses we deal with death, and a couple of my patients died today, and so the one of my patients' family members was like indecisive about, because sometimes doctors need a little sensitivity training. So doctor, pronounced dead, then he asked them what's in the home, where they want to go. He got to fill out paper. He trying to do his job. Being a little insensitive, so I had to tell them, since they don't know yet. And so they took a little while to make a decision, because this was stuff just crashed down. They weren't expecting the person to go this quick, so they weren't prepared. So I was talking to one of the nurses, and I said, that's one reason why, and this is going to help some of y'all, because some of y'all don't want to talk about this. The inevitable is everybody in this room is going to die. All right? So I don't know why they call life insurance, because it's not life insurance. Because I ain't going to be able to benefit from it. It's actually burial insurance. So I was telling the nurse, I said, you got to know what people can handle. I said, I made a conscious decision maybe 4 years ago. I went to the funeral home with my paperwork, and I just prearranged everything. When I die, all my wife got to do is sign. Everything picked. I already know what I'm gonna wear. I already know I'm gonna be buried. All that. And so the nurse was like, "Really, Jeff? How did that feel?" I said, "It felt real." She was like, "What you mean?" I said, "Well, that's kind of like the last gift to myself." And she was like, "So you cool with that?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "Everything that lives gotta die." So she was saying, "So do your wife know that you?" I said, "Yeah, she knows." Yeah. I said, "She knows." And then she said, "Well, why did you do it?" I said, "Because when I die, she gonna be told up." She was like, "She love you like that?" I said, "When she see them numbers." She don't know all the numbers. When she see all the numbers, then y'all tell me how y'all she act. Y'all tell me how she act. But I said it to say this, that you gotta know, watch this, what people in your life can handle and what they cannot handle. Tangible things. Everybody can't, in other words, what I'm saying is, and you gotta be careful who you tell even good news to. Because everybody can't celebrate with you. Some folk low-key, they like, whatever, I wish they not get a job. All they, folks just cruel. So you gotta use your discernment. You gotta use discernment in what you share with folks. And so I said all that to say this. When you really look at this section, you go back and look at the section of Greek. Verse 22, when he says, "If you believe, you will receive whatever you ask for in prayer." Basically, what that clause is saying is, whatever you believe, you will receive, but you got to ask it in prayer, and you got to have faith. So you don't pray and not believe that it can happen. Watch this. And just like William Murphy said a couple of weeks ago, his mama died, and he was upset with God. But then he thought about it. His mama been saved a long time. She's been praying. This is what she's been working towards, to go see him. So why you gonna be in your feelings about if you know what a person going? Now, some of these folk, that's a different story. But you gotta understand that when we pray, we gotta believe, and we gotta believe, and we gotta have faith. Now, I'll be the first one to tell you that it's hard to have faith. I'll say it like this, very, very practical. Folk that don't balance their checkbook don't have no problem with it. But 80% of us in here, we can't not balance our checkbook or not check online. Folk that, and that's how I look at faith. Folk that know when you swipe something, it don't matter how much you swipe, you got it. That ain't really faith. Faith is not seeing it. that you be like me. That sometimes you swipe and you be praying as you swipe. Every time I go out to eat, if you ever go out to eat with me, my wife will tell you, she's gonna laugh. I'll tell her later, I say, "Now, I got a card. And it may work. And it may not." I said, "But just in case, you always have a backup. But just in case this one don't work, I gotta know." I said all that to say this. When you can see it, it's not faith. When you cannot see it, it's faith. Because faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is not having $10,000 in your checking account and 15 in your savings account, and then you talking about you got faith that God gonna bless you with something else. No, you already got it. You got what you need. It's us with them negative 430. of y'all saying, how you know? Because I know. All right. I think that's all I had. I think that's all I had to say.